ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
Emi Capital, as a leader in investment, plays a vital role in the economic sector by providing innovative financial solutions and fostering strategic partnerships. In this context, we are so pleased today to host Mr. Aldo Garbagnati, the managing partner of Emi Capital. We will discuss the current trends and the future outlook of the investment sector in the UAE. Stay tuned.
Keep on changing, keep us informed, and keep on looking around. The world is big. This government did a lot, and the rulers did a lot. And I know there was a personal commitment, family commitment, government commitment into make this country great.
Welcome everyone to your favorite program, Pearls of Union, which invites the most successful people here in the UAE. Our inspiring guests have set a title for success and ambition. Our inspiring guests have moved from the darkness of challenges to the light of success. And our special guest for today is Mr. Aldo Garbagnati, the managing partner of Emi Capital. Welcome, Mr.
Thanks, welcome. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you so much. We are so pleased to meet you today.
Same here, thanks.
So today we talk about your successful journey as well as about your successful company. So in the beginning, we need more details about you to present you to everyone. We need more details about your professional experiences and your educational background as well.
Lovely, thanks. Well, I've been in the UAE now since 17 years, and I came here in 2006, 2007 when the situation was different. There was a very, very big potential for growth. And I left Switzerland, where I lived before coming here, and my path before Dubai was one of connecting people and connecting dots internationally, particularly in the high net worth individuals field and the families that had businesses and they wanted to move. I started my career with my studies that are actually technical in Switzerland, engineering and something related to machinery, which was technology transfer. Technology transfer is something pretty difficult because it's related to financing the startups and financing ideas. And that's where I generated my first businesses in very, very many years ago. It's very difficult. But then I taken advantage of the experience with venture capital or a little technical. I actually had the chance to go in touch with the families that were investors. And so we developed their needs and we understand their needs. And we developed this company, which is now Emi Capital. And it is just devoted to connecting the dots between different places. I worked in Tunisia, I work in Japan, I work in the US on behalf of myself, but on behalf of the families and companies I was working with or working for as a provider of high-level services. So this puts me in the past and still today in contact with a lot of cultures, different situations, government structures, approaches to business, and that was very interesting. Because when you are listening to someone, It's of course interesting if they have a nice stories to say, but when you live it and you have to face it and day by day bring forward the needs of your company and your clients, then it becomes interesting. Yes. You need to really build your own experience.
So, sir, you know, every successful journey is not an easy journey, right? And also every business, especially in the beginning, it faces many challenges. So what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced during this journey and how did you overcome them?
Well, working internationally, and I will say that the UAE is one of the countries where we found the access the easiest, because the rulers and the government has always provided instruments and a clear path to developing whatever business you want to develop. It may be a little confusing from some of the international families or customers with the free zones and the entries and the LLCs and all the kind of structures that we have here, but is one of the easiest one. The challenge has always been the clash of cultures. If you go close to home, it's pretty easy. But sometimes even close to home, when you change a country and you want to promote your business and to develop your concept, you need to look at the needs of the customers and the market, which are sometimes very, very different. We advise families in investment. So the challenge is to look at the best investment for them, put your face in it, make them yours, build your own knowledge, and then be able to face any kind of clients or infrastructure you need to build safely. Because if you don't believe in something yourself, you will never sell it. And if somebody wants to sell this to you and you don't believe it, you don't buy it. So that is the base of my job. My experience is based on make things mine before I propose to someone.
So, of course, sir, you have your own strategies to overcome these challenges, but also we need our supporters. So, who have been your supporters, your mentors, the persons who have impacted your personal or professional journey?
Well, I have to say that in the UAE, I met lovely people so far. I have lots of friends of any nationalities, not particularly UAE friends who helped me in the beginning. And I have to say, besides the ruling families, I had a couple of nice friends which are still here, and they are from the UAE, which were explaining me things at the moment where I need them. More than having a mentor, I believe, at least in my age, you need someone you can rely on day by day, not in the beginning. So my experience is bound to putting people together. And so for this, I need the assistance and the support of mentors and friends all the time. I can't do this alone.
Now, sir, let's talk about Emi Capital.
Yes.
So please, can you share with us the story behind the founding of Emi Capital and also what motivated you to start this company in the investment sector?
Well, as I said before, my business has always been to connect the dots and to bring people around the world. Big entrepreneurs sometimes are lazy. They don't want to do things themselves, and they need service providers or lawyers or professionals, tax advisors that help them. We cover a bit of all of that. Sometimes we generate the instruments for them, technical instruments like funds or the companies, but that's secondary. What we do is to look at the needs of the family and to bring them, to bridge them from wherever they are to the UAE. So that is the gap that we found years ago that was probably available for us to fill. And the reason why I founded the Emi Capital group, which is now a group of companies, is exactly for that, to guide and support and make a sort of bridge between Europe, particularly, and the UAE, giving an easy access to anyone interested in getting to know what is the UAE, what is the GCC, how they can benefit from it, if they could benefit from it, what were the challenges. So we are sort of a one-stop shop, if you like, for businesses or families. And this is funny because every single experience is a different experience. You have to see that another point that we believe Emi Capital can cover is the long-term needs of a family, a high net worth investor that wants to come in the UAE, because they have even legal structures, needs, they have succession issues, they have legacy. They need to cover all the bases, starting from a successful business to a successful family and a legacy. So that's the reasoning behind Emi Capital. And besides this, the issue with investors in the UAE is that they are, I would say, sometimes a bit confused. One of the points I need to put with them when I speak about the UAE is that we are here to somehow put some good order into things. There's a lot of information, good information, going out of the UAE or the GCC, and there's a lot of interest around the world. But sometimes customers or families, particularly if they are from England, from Switzerland, they are confused a bit. They don't know how to access certain situations. They don't know, they assume that the banking system, for instance, the infrastructure or the legal system are similar. A good point is the clarity we put in the customer's mind about Sharia, about the DIFC law, the common law, the regulatory framework. That is something that is one important point. And we are happy to help, because you need to know that families interested in investing in the UAE come from all over the world. So you may have, we have cases of people from, I don't know, from Tunisia that live in Monaco and have a house in London. They want to buy a house in Dubai and have it managed by their office in Singapore. We do family offices in practice. We manage even family offices. As a family office is a complicated word. I mean, nowadays it's very common, but the technical term means nothing. Family office is somewhere, it's a place where you have people helping you to do whatever you want to do in your family business, including legal, accounting, investment management, cash, banking. There's a lot of components, but the biggest is legal. People don't believe it. They think probably the most important thing to do is to find a good investment. It's not true. In my opinion, you need to be educated in the legal framework, in the investment structure, to avoid surprises, because there's nothing worse than a good investment sitting on a bad structure.
But it's not an easy task, right? So what plans and strategies do you employ to meet the specific needs of your client?
Well, the plan is pretty simple. We divide the customers in two large groups. The customers that have an activity, so active clients with a business, and passive clients, families who already probably sold their business. They are sitting on some investment possibility and they just need a different kind of advice. Those two are very different. They're all interested in the region, in the UAE, but they present themselves with different features. So we have a plan for each. And the common points of those steps is compliance, which is nowadays very important. We have our own compliance office inside the firm, because compliance nowadays is in the driving seat for whatever features and for whatever actions you want to take. So, but apart from that, the two approaches are different. The strategy for active families is to look into their needs for commercial development, business development, market expansion, or market reduction, or changing production. We are very keen to move factories to generate their own products here. So the message to them is, make it in the UAE. Don't sell it to the UAE. Bring intellectual property into the country. Develop your intellectual property with young people here. And look at the country as your springboard, not as a customer country. That is very interesting for us, and it's very uncommon, because the people outside, particularly in Europe, they see the UAE as a customer's base, which is not, because it's relatively small. It's not Saudi, where you have 1 million people. And for the other families, the strategy is similar but different. Still, we have compliance in the forefront, but we have access to a different conversation related to the legal part. We can structure foundations, trusts, or use the instruments that the rulers gave us here that are very good for helping families to reach their goal legally and in a protected environment, even if they're not sitting in the same country. So people from England can find very easily an infrastructure good for them here, even if they don't live here.
Sir, of course, since you have started your company until now, you have made lots of achievements. So what impact or contributions that you have made at Emi Capital and that you are most proud of today, and also that distinguish your company?
I'm very proud of the people I found here and the people I train here, and mostly the team I could develop myself. I am proud to say that we have a historical team here since inception in 2006, and they don't leave me. So this is a good thing, and we are very, very keen on training the people we work with. And this is something that you can easily transmit to your customer base. If they call and they say that there's not a glass door, people are always the same, there's no changes. This is something I could be proud of, because it looks like the company is offering inside and outside what the other people expect from you. Managing expectations is another thing I like to put forward all the time, because you can't propose to your employees, your friends or your customers something and then give them something else. Even if it's better, but it has to be exactly what they need and exactly what they think they want, you know. Maybe it's not perfect, nothing is perfect, but again, talking about change, one of the key points is for me to explain that whatever thing we would do together with the client, it is always changing. And the staff we have, of which I'm proud of, are very, very interested in following this idea that things change. They're not stuck into one point. And that's the key of our work. If it would be always the same, customers wouldn't need us, because it would be just by the book, cut and paste. It isn't.
Sir, what are the most important laws and regulations established by the UAE and applied throughout the investment sector to ensure the safety and the efficiency of financial services?
Well, I have to say that I saw it coming, because in 2006 the situation was very different, and there's always been a lot of real estate interest from outside, from customers from outside. But I have to say that in short answer would be transparency and the ability to react to international pressure. The UAE are at the center of international attention, because we have 125 nationalities here. So everybody comes with their own rules and regulations, and they want to push and pull and the government to add this and take out that, you know. And in this, I have to say that the rulers have always, and the government, federal government, besides the individual emirate, of course, they have been always keen on listening and picking up which elements from all the noise and the background noise of regulations and government official rules internationally available, to pick up the good ones for their own sake. We know that real estate is a big market, the IFC, the financial hub, is very important. So we imported in the UAE a lot of rules and regulations, maybe even too many, that are coming from outside. But those are the good ones. For instance, compliance. When we started this company, we were interested in teaching compliance from Switzerland to banks in the UAE, because it was new. It was a very difficult task, because everything was difficult to be, you know, accepted, understood, or managed even. Nowadays it's not. So the compliance is driving, as I said before, the investment sector, the banking sector, the real estate sector nowadays. So we are very keen on keeping an eye on how the concept of compliance is applied in the country we work with. And I have to say, the UAE took it pretty well. It was difficult, but the challenge was taken and was delivered successfully. Now it is very clear what we have to do and how we have to do it. So the impact to my client of the government infrastructure is based on three major lines. One is clarity in laws and regulations. The other one is certainty of certain rights. You know, I'm questioned continuously about the quality of the right that customers can enforceability in the UAE. And we are very confident on that. And the third is, again, the capacity to change and to adapt to a multifaceted and a moving world, which is not very easy to find in a government. If you look at Switzerland or Italy, a country I know, or England, they do adapt, but it's years and years. Sometimes for the good, sometimes for bad. Sometimes you have rules here that come in the UAE come into force as of midnight tonight, which is very uncommon in Europe. So those are my standpoints about the impact. I am very glad to be here because I can see that the transparency of the government rules is logical. It is not driven by politics. It is not driven by bad politics. It is driven by logic. There is a need, and people feel a need, they express a need, and we contribute if we can to put some order. If you take, for example, real estate, we found there's a lot of people coming to buy a flat, which is absolutely perfect. But at a level of a professional investment, these investors need a little more. They need to speak directly to the developer, or they need to buy multiple units or a tower. So how did we respond to this request? We did an investment fund, a regulated real estate investment fund, where any investor has the safety of being regulated and having a common investment. They don't need to care about the individual flat and to rent it, to sell it, to buy it. The fund will do that. They just get the benefit and the returns on the investment without having to take care. This is a typical point that we apply, and a typical action that we take whenever we ask for. We didn't do real estate before, there was no request. But in the last few years, the market changed, so we got pressure from our clients and we did it.
So, sir, after your faithful journey and rich experiences, you make your success story. So the word of success is not strange to you. How can you define this word?
The ability to change. Education is interesting for everyone, but you have to be really ready to change and to face day-by-day challenges prepared. So prepare yourself all the time. Day by day, day in, day out. That's my message.
So lots of people from audience, they are a new generation and they see from your story something special inspired them. So what is your advice to the new generation?
Don't stop ever learning. I mean, many young generation I know or I can hear, they believe that education is over when they get a piece of paper, or at least they feel themselves educated enough after their university, their masters, whatever channel they lose for, to go into the world of business by themselves or for a company, prepared. But that's only the beginning, it's not the end. And it's not experience only that you need. If you enter a company, company will help you. If you make your own company, the market will help you, yes. But you have to educate yourself to read a lot. Always be prepared and try to prevent situations when they come. And this is across the board. Whichever business you choose, wherever you work, it's always being one step ahead of the world. The world is changing fast and you need to beat the clock. So you can only beat the clock by being prepared and continuously prepared. So your education is endless, and your ability to be ready to face challenges is related just to your wish and will to read.
So the UAE has for sure contributed to your success story. What is your appreciation message you would like to convey through our episode to the UAE and its rulers?
Keep on changing, keep us informed, and keep on looking around. The world is big. This government did a lot, and the rulers did a lot. And I know there was a personal commitment, family commitment, government commitment into make this country great and greater. I perfectly appreciate that, and I'm happy to give my little contribution if I may. But what we need is a continuous path, a continuous growth, and a continuous supply of information in the way towards modern and more modern business development and more modern country. We can see that already. We have things in the UAE that we never experience anywhere else. And this is the right way. This is the right way to do things. Keep it clear, keep it simple, and keep it efficient.
Thank you so much, sir. It was my pleasure talking with you today. Best of luck.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for having me.
Dear audience, this is the end of our episode. Watch us next week. Goodbye.